Hola, time travelers. How are you doing? Welcome to Shamanic Heart Space Energy Update podcast with me, Nancy, a so called medicine woman with 23 plus years experience in life. In this field that we call Shamanism. Um, and here we are again, another energy update. This time for the new moon in Taurus, a new moon lunar eclipse. The yawning is starting already, so if you've been listening to me for a while, you know what that means. It's one of my I call it a symptom of channeling. I don't know what else to call it. So often when energy is running through me like a river, uh, external sources, it tends to make me yawn for some reason. Maybe my physical body needs a rest. I'm sorry if it makes you yawn too. I don't know. If anybody out there also channels and has the same thing, I'd love to know. Anyway, back to what we call the here and now. Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. The information that was given to me when I started doing this accidental podcast that created itself, was that this was just a means to pass on information from source about what's going on in the energy fields. I'm not an astrologer, so it's not to do with that, but sometimes that's how the information is given to me in those terms. But really, we're just talking about energies that are trying to support us in changes and growth and expansion at this time here on planet Earth. So, we're here for a reason. We chose to be here now. Some star seeds, light workers, however you identify, have come out of retirement, come back to planet Earth to do a job. And we all play an important part. All, all, it's all woven together. So you just being you is the most important thing right now. So let's get into it, shall we? So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just try and get into your body for a moment. A lot of us spend a lot of time in the past, in the future, not in our bodies. So you can take some nice deep breaths. It's quite nice for the parasympathetic nervous system to breathe in for 5 and out for 7 breaths. So whether you're out walking, driving around, whether you're at home, taking notes in a safe space, just feeling into your body, what it feels like to be in your body. Just feeling the edges of it. And actually, this Taurus time is about that. It's about the physical. And it's about lots of things, but that's the first info that's coming through to me now. Oh, okay. So we're all different people on a unique journey, and whatever is about to come out of my mouth might resonate with you on different levels, in different ways. I get given pictures, and I get given words, and I get given sensations in the body, and it's my dyspraxic brain's job to interpret that quickly and pass on that information for you. And that's true. I am actually dyspraxic. I wasn't using it as a turn of phrase like lots of people do incorrectly. Okay, so this Saturday, the 30th of April, this new moon energy is coming in with an eclipse. So this is a time to really support yourself, nurture yourself through the energy that's coming up. I will be doing the usual moon ceremony on Saturday night. So you can find details of that if you want a bit of guidance, a bit of nurturing through this time, which isn't easy for everybody. Then just check the links in the bio. Okay. And of course, that's included with the Patreon membership. Okay, so we're beginning eclipse season. Part A is starting with Taurus, and Part B with a full moon in Scorpio in a couple of weeks. So you may already be feeling that that heart expanding. And put your hand on your heart if you feel comfortable to do so, just to kind of check in with yourself. It can feel quite emotional or quite an alien thing to do, actually, just to put your hand on your heart space. But try to listen in to that voice inside and what it's telling you. And if it's anything contrary to you're worthy, it's a time to really look into that. This is a time for really taking radical responsibility for your own happiness. If you're not happy, that is down to you. The time for blaming is really done. And it's time for real self acceptance. So at the moment, we are, as human beings, getting accustomed to holding more energy. There's actually more light inside of us, literally. And so if you're having body pains, roller coaster emotions, roller coaster, um, like tired 1 minute, full of energy the next, this explains it, because your body is trying to get used to a completely new way of holding energy and holding a lot of energy and expansion, because this time on the planet everything is changing, and there may be a few frantic people trying to hold things together as they were before, but it's done. We've tipped the balance into a whole new paradigm. And yeah, there are growing pains in the interim of this process. And for some of us, literally, like I've been having so many body pains, I've been feeling a lot of anxiety, and there's an awful lot actually going on in my physical life as well, in my 3D life. And there's no coincidences. But even if there wasn't huge transformation in my physical life, I would probably be feeling the body pains and the anxiety and the ups and downs anyway, because I too am getting used to holding more energy than I was before. So what I'm saying is, yeah, the skeptic might say, yeah, well, I got loads going on in my life. That's why I need this medication right now, whatever. But actually, in most cases, one doesn't really have anything to do with the other. It's going to happen either way. So, yeah, we are moving on up. And as we continue to let go, it can be strange and it can be hard. So, we have to remember to be gentle with ourselves and with the people around us, because I've noticed when I dare to go outside, there's an awful lot of anger around. There seems to be police sirens all the time. Like, even, the animals are acting strangely. We need to know how to take care of ourselves, but also to have compassion for other people. And can be really difficult thing to balance. But at the moment, it's really, really, really important that if somebody else is flipping off their handle all the time, there goes a police siren. I don't know if you can hear it. um, we have to just try to have compassion, but it does start with you. So we've been saying this, well, for such a long time now, about boundaries, setting boundaries, and that those things are going to be really tested now. So if you still haven't learned to have those boundaries, to make time for yourself and all the things that you want to do that make you feel calm and grounded and happy with your life, you're going to be tested on that now. So that's something to be aware of. I don't mean to make this sound really definite, okay? I should have said this at the beginning, but I try and say it in every podcast. When the information is given to me, it's given to me like as if it's definite. And I try to have the human Nancy part of me to, make this a kind of this could come through for you. Please always hear it that way. This could happen for you, but it might not happen for you. But when the information is given to me, it's like this is definitely going to happen. But here in this plane, in this level, it doesn't mean it's definite. Okay. So these are just as I said at the beginning, it's a heads up of what might come up for you if you're thinking, why are all my relationships like really pissing me off right now? Or why have I got no time for this? Or, why am I feeling anxious? Some of the things that come through in this energy update, they could help you to understand why that's happening. And then you can take a step back and you can take some action, or maybe it's necessary to take, you know, less action, inaction. Yeah. So, yeah, they're showing me again this kind of shedding a skin, and we knew this was coming. And it came up in a couple of podcasts ago, and even for me, my skin came off with eczema, which I've never had in my life before. It was terrible. So yeah, you need to be gentle with yourself as your new skin comes through, and hopefully, as you've been working, doing your work with all that's been going on, especially in the last couple of years, um, you will be more aware of how you are different and the kinds of things that make you happy so that you can get off that, that treadmill, that hamster wheel, and you're really stepping into that new energy now of becoming who you really are, maybe for the first time. Okay, so it's quite likely, especially if you've been really sitting with yourself in the last couple of years, that there's something that you're really ready for, and it's on you to go for it. Yeah, fuck it. Not here for a long time, you're here for a good time kind of attitude. Um, you know, most people had a lot of time sitting around watching their life go by, and maybe dreamt about that trip or that job or that whatever it was, and maybe go for it now. Do whatever it takes, because you're only here once as you. And anything that you miss out on this time round, do you want to come back next time and have to go through it all over again? Make it work. It's on you, it's in your hands. You want it for a reason. Hmm. Okay, so I'm seeing a book now. It's cool, I used to channel as a kid, and it was just a lot of kids do most kids do this. And I always just really enjoyed that, and then shut it down for many, 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 many years until I couldn't anymore. And then I didn't always understand and know how to interpret the visions or what I was hearing or the dreams or whatever. And now I'm starting to kind of learn what they mean. I'm just saying that because I see this big book in front of me, and that means it's the next chapter. We're moving into the next chapter collectively, and yeah, obviously on an individual level because it's all connected. Yeah. And okay, so you can live in a way that means that you don't have regrets. So without this trying to sound like a morbid spin at all, when you get to the end of your life and you're sitting there in your rocking chair or whatever you're doing, your spacesuit, who knows where we'll be at the end of our lives. But are you gonna have regrets? And it's quite a good time for really going inwards and thinking about that now. If I was to move on to the next, well, I don't believe in death as such because energy has to just move, but let's just call it death because that's how a lot of people understand it. But if you're at the end of your life, be it tomorrow, next week, or in, 80 years, would you be happy with what's come along so far? Might be a good time to think about that. And what is on your bucket list? I don't like that actually. I don't know why they called it a bucket list, but maybe it's something I don't like, so I never thought of another intentions list. Let's call it that. So things that you want to do while you're here in this incarnation, yeah? So think about that. Feel into it with your heart and see what steps you can take to make it happen. Okay, they're saying a lot about not just wasting money on crap and spending money on things that are really meaningful experiences. I mean, we kind of know that anyway, right? So there's a lot of fear around this for a lot of people moving into the next chapter, change, and maybe feeling that anxiety, but that's okay. That's very human and it's okay. Breathe through it, get the support that you need, find the things that make you feel calm about it. Acceptance again is coming through. This is going to happen anyway. The changes, whatever they are for you and on a collective level, is going to happen anyway. So do you go in empowered and conscious, or do you get dragged along kicking and screaming? So you create your own reality by being conscious, knowing what you want to step into, knowing who you want to be, and not compromising on certain things. Knowing that you can always count on yourself. Be that strong warrior for yourself. You can always make it work. You can always make it work. And something I really, I mean, I learned so much from indigenous people in the Amazon, but the mindset, obviously, I have a very different life to the crazy Western life, but the mindset is like, don't worry. If you haven't got a solution right now, it will come, and it will come much quicker if you are at peace. So if some in the jungle, the people I know in the jungle anyway, if something comes up that is, a problem and there isn't an immediate solution, people will just go and do things that help them to feel relaxed, chewing coca leaves, or doing some cooking or smoking tobacco together, sometimes having ceremonies together, whatever, or on their own, and just being calm, and the solution will come. The solution has already happened. We just, sometimes we're not, um I see it as vibrating on the frequency, and we have something comes up. If we freak out about it, then we're not going to be on the right frequency to meet that solution. So keeping calm is the name of the game right now. Okay, so yeah, please know you can count on yourself. Believe in yourself right now. Okay, so they're asking me to ask you a question. Do you feel like something is not possible for you, and why? That's a strange way to put it. Maybe because the language is not English. Um, so if you feel like, I guess it means if you feel like there's something in your life that is not possible, you think it's not possible for you. Oh, I can never live in that house, or go to New Zealand, or go to the jungle, or have that job, or whatever. Why do you believe that? So start thinking about solutions, the best possible outcomes, rather than the obstacles. And it's going to be much easier, as I just said, to find solutions. Because if you're in that, oh, I can't, and I'm stuck in that groove, that broken record, it's a lot harder to get to the destination that you want to get to. And often when there are, yeah, the broken record moments, it's trying to teach you something about yourself. Yeah. And, if you really want something bad enough, you'll make it happen. Those big adventures, What's really holding you back is probably just in your mind, and it's probably linked to something that society has taught you. Hmm. Okay. Okay, so maybe you've been having a bit of a hard time for a while, and that could be linked to you personally. Like if you are into astrology, they're saying to look at your chart. There are things moving through people's charts. I can't recommend anywhere to get free charts. I don't know. I'd love to be an astrologer. I don't have time to learn it. Um, but so the these when things are in your charts, your birth charts, I believe it's something to do with karmic debts that you come here with and things that you need to iron out. I do know that I've got Taurus like in a couple of houses for me, and it's my moon sign. And this has meant whatever is going on, as above, so below, in the sky, down here, and inside my heart and in my actual life, it's just been a complete change, clear out, overhaul, like total fear around yeah, kind of just safety and everything. Like it's just been incredible. Um, so yeah, maybe if you look up to get yourself a free chart, it might shed some light on it for you. Because I was just thinking, what is this disaster that's going on for me right now? And of course, like everything that's difficult, it turns out to be, like more of an initiation or a way for you to grow, and it's really been a good thing. But at the time, oh boy. So yeah, I tend to get this stuff a little before it comes in for the collective. I don't really know why. Maybe so I can reach out a hand and be like, "Come on, follow me. It's okay. You'll get to the other side. I'm waiting for you." I don't know. But it was tough. Um, a dark night of the soul. I was saying to my friend, I don't know why they call it a dark night of the soul, because it's never just one night. And also, people say you only have one. And maybe once upon a time that was true. Maybe because now we live many different lives in one lifetime, and we're many different people in one lifetime. There are many ego deaths to be had. So yeah, keep going, and yeah, just be really kind to yourself. Okay, we've said that. So it's possible with all this change. I mean, obviously, you could be feeling more anxious, more overwhelmed. So do those things that make you feel grounded. I've talked before about taking a bath or a shower and using limes, fresh limes, to like with the intention of clearing your energy. Taking off your shoes and socks and literally standing on some grass, sending with your imagination your roots down into the earth. Getting physical into your body, but stay awake. It's really important to stay awake, to stay conscious, because sometimes, we might get into some practices that we have the best intentions. Um, like, unfortunately, yoga is one of these examples, and it's absolutely not the same for everybody. I'm not saying that at all. It's the same with the whole plant medicine movement as well. I'm just gonna use yoga as an example. Um, for some people, it can be like, okay, I'm doing my yoga practice, and I've done that today, and I'll tick it off my list. Or even do it every day or twice a day as a kind of distraction. I think the term is not cognitive dissonance, bypassing, spiritual bypassing, and it's happening an awful lot of plant medicines, and even all the mad rush people are like learning about shamanism, and apparently you can do courses and stuff to become a shaman and all this. And really, consciousness is about staying awake and being aware of yourself and what your life is trying to teach you. None of this is happening by accident. So yeah, absolutely, by all means, go and do the things that make you feel good and help you to grow and help you to be in your body and to learn things and expand and share all that stuff. But if somehow you're using that to escape any kind of pain or confusion or whatever trauma in your reality, then it's not really doing you any good. So I'm not saying don't do those things at all. I would never tell anybody what to do with their time, but just be aware, stay aware, because you deserve that. Okay, yeah. So there's an awful lot of like selling going on, especially around um oh, about all things, spiritual and new age and saving the planet. And a lot of the time, it's another form of like some kind of consumerism. So get into yourself, know who you are is really important, and that's probably going to be highlighted a lot for people um, going forward, kind of indefinitely. Okay. Okay, so. Right, so a big, powerful energy highlighting creature comforts. Okay, this is good. I'm finding that my podcasts are becoming a little bit more linear. The information used to just be like a bit here and a bit there, and then we'll go back to that. But it's good. It's becoming a bit more linear. Yay, I like linear. We know where we are. Yeah, so creature comforts. So this is a great time, and you will be supported in assessing what you value, what you love, what you find real beauty in, that kind of meaningfulness in the big scheme of life for you. So yeah, if you haven't done that spring clean yet, then maybe it's time. Get down into the charity shop, you know, and being really conscious of that. What brings beauty and meaning to you, to your life? It doesn't have to be physical stuff. It could be, who you want to be. It's time now to be that person. So there's opportunities coming in to kind of renew yourself somehow, bringing you into the energy of who you were meant to be, bringing the real you out of the shadows. I kind of see a lot of people being a bit scared of that, but it's okay. Like this, it's like a new but old aspect of you and your life, and just I'm getting that quite often. They give me songs um about I'm not gonna sing it because I can only sing Icaros, but the song goes like watching the days go by and letting the water hold me down under the rocks and stones, and then it says like, who is this beautiful wife, and where is this what is this beautiful house? So I don't even know if that song is about getting rid of stuff out of your life, but it's that kind of waking up and going, I don't need all this stuff. What's happening? I want to shed all this with my skin, what I want is actually more meaningful than that. I digress. Yeah. Really getting radical with yourself and your truth and your self acceptance and self love. They go together. So it could be a good time to think about, are you using someone else's gauge to, try and estimate your worthiness somehow? Are you trying to meet somebody else's standards, your boss, your partner, your family, society? And they want me to remind you that you are enough, and it's time. Do more of what you love, and that will light you up and enable you to hold more light, and then you put more light out there for the people who need it. Okay, so they're even suggesting to do the things that used to light you up, you know, who and what, even right back from when you were a kid or all the way up through your life, certain people, certain things that, whatever it was, a movie or, a certain food or sweet or people, whatever it was. For me, I used to just love talking to the plants and the animals in the garden. No surprise, really. So I found happiness again doing that as an adult. Mm. Okay, so we really need to trust now how we feel different and what we want to go for from the heart. All right, so as of the month of May, life could be looking really different for a lot of people, much brighter, much better, much freer. But whatever it means to you, if you take those steps, even just doing some journaling, writing some diary entries also, like how you want your life to be, getting into the energy of that, believing that things could be better. You don't have to do that job you hate. You don't have to, yeah, conform in the way that we've always been told to. It's possible. I'm here to tell you it's possible. Believe me. Believe me. I had no idea my life was going to go this way. So anything is possible. I am certainly not special. Like, I'm no different. We're all special, but we're all also the same. And it's really important to remember that. Like, you deserve to be happy and you deserve to take care of yourself and be around people, places, situations that really nurture you. Okay, my lovelies, thank you so much for listening to the first half of this podcast. If you want to hear the rest of it, head over to patreon.com/shamanic heart space and you will get the rest of the podcast. Don't know what else is going to come through, but usually some tips about how to cope with the energies. Also, yeah, the support available by means of working with me one to one before I head back to Peru in May. Um, and even then, sometimes you can work with me online when I come out of the jungle. If you feel called to work with ayahuasca or any other plants, taking people with my partner, he's an indigenous shaman in the lower Amazon, out out there in June and July. So if you're interested in that, all the details will be in the show notes. What else do I need to tell you? Yeah, if you need anything, just reach out. I hope things are going well for you. I hope that you manage to take care of yourself. And if you head over to my link tree /shamanic heart space, you'll find loads of ways to connect with me, connect with community, connect with, playlists and all kinds of things. So I hope to see you soon, one way or another, online, in person, in the 5D, wherever. And I'm just sending you loads of love for always. And thank you for listening. Take good care. See you soon.